From one of the most detailed general aviation aircraft we have ever seen for any flight simulator, to a popular flight sim add-on website's controversial redesign. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Sim news video, featuring an array of Microsoft Flight Sim news stories for PC and Xbox. Let's get into it. A2A Simulations have released their hotly anticipated AccuSim Comanche 250 for Microsoft Flight Sim on PC. While it is available for the rather steep price of $50 US, which is what, about 40 UK pounds, there seems to be a massive reason for that price. Just how detailed and true to life it is or seems to be. Now, admittedly, I have not tried it out myself as it is a tad too expensive for me at the moment, but I've already caught some reviews and showcases here on YouTube and in some other places, and in my goodness, it looks magnificent. Now, I was there for the announcement at FS Expo in Houston, and I have to say the audience's reaction was incredible, and I think that just shows how popular this add-on will be for those real general aviation enthusiasts. Now, some features include a complete simulation of the Lycoming 540 engine down to the individual cylinder, allowing for many things including a unique startup every single time, basically meaning it's more true to life and less binary. There's also hundreds of dynamic sounds and an oil and fuel system that can actually be contaminated just like in real life, and there's also an element of state saving in there, so you've got to make sure you look after your aircraft. Plenty of features I haven't talked about, but I will be showing some trailers and photos on the screen now. As well as that, there's also a rather impressive walk around setup that allows you to do your pre-flight checks as if you were flying in real life. That includes draining a small amount of fuel out to check for water and contaminants, going around and checking all the lights. The list goes on. If general aviation is your thing, well, this seems to be the holy grail. Pricey, indeed it is, but for general aviation enthusiasts, you may indeed find this price is right. To many, it may seem perfect. I haven't tried it out myself yet, so I can't exactly say with 100% certainty, but across the internet it seems to be a very good thing. Now, moving from A2A Simulations to LatinVFR, a company I have not always had glowing remarks about, but it appears that may be about to change. They have announced an upcoming update to their A320 family lineup of products, which includes the A318, 19 and 21 at the moment. Now, initially I described some of these products as reskins of the default A320, in many ways more than one. Well, it appears they're changing that, and therefore I may need to eat my hat and take my words back. Now, an extensive list of 11 changes are set to be released shortly across their current A320 family lineup, and as you can see, it is a rather dandy list, often focusing on improving the level of system depth in there. Now, don't get me wrong, it is nowhere near Phoenix level, and indeed might not be catching up to the fly-by-wire A320 in some ways, but do bear in mind, aside from more variants you get than just the A320, LatinVFR have a very specific entry-level target market in mind. And I know those of Xbox are especially fans of their affordable payware products. So that's one thing to give LatinVFR. They are providing products that are pretty cheap, to be honest with you, and yet they're still going back and improving them, and that's great to see. So whether you're a fan of LatinVFR's products or not, these sorts of updates can only be a good thing for everyone. Now, very quickly, JustFlight, a British add-on developer located not too far away from me, a few days ago released the Fokker F28 for Microsoft Flight Sim on PC, with an Xbox release not too far down the line. Now, I have been enjoying this aircraft immensely, as you've seen through this video. It's featured in the background. I have really enjoyed flying this. It's quite challenging, although in many ways it really is about being back to basics in terms of flying, you know, true VOR to VOR navigation. A relatively rudimental autopilot setup which may help you out, but definitely if you're used to flying the 737 or A320, well, it is worlds apart. And if you want to get a GPS in there, you are going to have to install a working title one. But saying that, as I've already said, it is absolutely great fun. You get 4 variants of the Fokker F28, which is a Dutch airliner that I believe first flew in the late 1960s. It is priced close to their BAE 146 at $70 US, which is around £50 sterling, which yes, is expensive, but I think if you like, especially if you like this type of aircraft, it is worth every penny. The sounds are especially incredible. And I have to say, I'm still learning how to fly it, and I imagine it will take many more hours of flying to get comfortable with it, but hey, that's all part of the fun. It is really nice to see this Dutch regional airliner from the swinging 60s in Microsoft Flight Sim on PC at the moment, and soon to be Xbox, although for the latter, there is no release date just yet. Let me know if you've got the Fokker F28 down below. I'd be really interested to hear some of your thoughts on it. Now for an interesting development in the Microsoft Flight Sim add-on world. Flightsim.to, the leader in terms of Flight Sim add-on websites, who would have thought out there. A website a lot of us will be familiar with. Anyway, their website has received a lick of paint. Now I have to say this might be quite boring news to most of you out there, but I thought it did warrant a bit of discussion. They basically overhauled their website. They say it was for a variety of reasons, including stability, loading times, but of course I've noticed there are a few more adverts on there as well, which personally I've got nothing against, as they are doing this for free, but it's something to bear in mind. I'd have to say I'm not a fan of the redesign just yet. I'd have to say it does load quicker in some ways, but it's a bit more harder to navigate. That's quite surprising really. However, who am I to complain over something that is completely free? So, whether you like it or not, I think a massive thanks to the Flightsim.to team is warranted for their continued support of the Microsoft Flight Sim community. And on that note, ladies and gents, we reached the end of today's Microsoft Flight Sim news video. Do you want to learn a bit more about Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? Check out my recent video here. Click that little button in the top right corner. But on that note, guys, thanks for watching today's video. You are all legends and you're all very much appreciated. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you have enjoyed. But guys, from me today that is all. I'll see you around. Have a good one. Bye bye.